Most people hear the word multimillionaire and picture someone who founded a tech company, inherited money, bought real estate, or just somehow picked the perfect stock right before it exploded. So it might be hard to believe that you can retire a multimillionaire on a normal income. And not if you just live in a closet, eat rice for 40 years, and invest 90% of your income without ever doing anything fun. The real path to retiring with a huge portfolio is much less dramatic than people think. It's usually just built from one boring system that's been repeated for decades. And that's what makes it both exciting and frustrating, because it is attainable, but it can take time. Exciting because the math is more possible than most people realize. Today, I'm going to show you how someone on a normal income can realistically achieve a multi-million-dollar retirement. We're going to go over the math, the order, the accounts, the habits, and the biggest trap that keeps people from getting there. But before we can get to the plan, we need to talk about the word multi-millionaire. A multi-million-dollar retirement might sound absurd when you're living on a normal paycheck. If you're making $50,000, $60,000, or even $70,000 a year, retiring with $2 million or more sounds like it's unattainable. But there's two things that people tend to forget. First, most people still have decades to prepare for their retirement. And second, this one's important, the dollars that you retire with will not have the same value as they do today. Not only will invested money grow, but we also need to think about inflation. $2 million in 30 years is going to be worth less than $2 million today. But even with that caveat, building a 7-figure portfolio has its advantages. It gives you options, flexibility, security, and a retirement that is not completely dependent on everything going perfectly. The basic formula really just boils down to this: how much you invest, how long you invest, what return you earn, and whether or not you can leave the money alone. The math isn't complicated, it's the behavior that's the hard part. Let's use an example. If someone invests $600 per month for 40 years and receives an average return of 8% per year, they could end up with about $2.1 million before taxes and inflation adjustment. However, that does not mean the return is guaranteed, and the market doesn't move in a straight line. Some years are great. Some years can be painful, but the example shows the power of a consistent investing method. But here's what's interesting about that $600 per month. For someone taking home about $4,000 per month after tax, that's about 15% of their pay. That's not easy, especially with rent, groceries, transportation, insurance, debt, but it's also not some impossible millionaire-only number. It's very achievable. And if $600 is too much in the beginning, it doesn't have to start there. Someone might just start with $100 a month, then $200 a month, and then they can increase the amount as their income rises. The early habit matters because the habit becomes the system. The biggest mistake that people make is waiting for life to be perfect before they start investing. Life usually does not become more perfect, it just gets more expensive. There's a common misconception when it comes to retiring wealthy. The first step is not opening an investment app. It's building a financial foundation strong enough to keep you investing. If your basic bills are unstable, your emergency fund is empty, and high interest debt is growing, investing becomes fragile. One normal expense can interrupt the entire plan. And if you want to learn more about how to build a strong financial foundation, you can watch the video in the description. Now again, that does not mean you need the perfect financial life before investing a single dollar. Perfect is a dangerous target because it gives you permission to delay forever. But you do need enough stability that your investments can stay invested. That means knowing your cash flow, paying your required bills on time, building a starter emergency fund, paying down high interest debt, and planning for predictable expenses like car repairs and holidays. This will allow you to avoid interruptions. The person who invests consistently over decades often beats the person that starts strong early, stops repeatedly, cashes out during emergencies, and has to restart every few years. Once your foundation is stable, the next step is investing a percentage of your income rather than just whatever's left over. This matters because leftover money is usually imaginary. If you wait till the end of the month to invest, you've already gone through every temptation to spend money. Food delivery, random impulse purchases, subscriptions, stress purchases, or getting just a little treat a few too many times. By the time the month ends, there may be no money left. A percentage-based plan fixes that. You decide that a certain percentage of your income goes towards investing before your lifestyle gets any say at all. When you're first starting out, that might be a small percentage, say 5%, or at least enough to get your employer match if it's offered. Over time, you can move that goal to 15%, 20%, or even higher. The earlier you invest and the more money you invest, the larger your retirement portfolio will grow. Someone starting at 22 has a lot more time than someone starting at 42, so they can invest a lower monthly amount and still end up with the same portfolio size. But regardless, the principle stays the same. Build investing into the paycheck before the paycheck disappears. This next step is how normal income can become powerful. Not because every paycheck is huge, but because every paycheck has a wealth building job. You need to be making sure that you're using the right types of accounts when they're available to you. A lot of people worry about which investment to buy before even thinking about where that investment should live. The account matters. Workplace retirement plans, IRAs, and other tax-advantaged accounts can help your money grow more efficiently because taxes are a part of the game. Depending on the account, you might get tax benefits now or tax benefits down the line. You might get employer matching contributions or some combination of advantages. There are a lot of different account types that can fit into a lot of different categories, and they all might be available to different people. That could be a whole nother video topic, so we'll keep it general for now. The big idea is that someone trying to retire wealthy should know the tools available to them before throwing money into the first investment app they find. But definitely take advantage of employer match if it's available to you. That match is a part of your compensation, and by not taking it, you're leaving money on the table. After that, the right account depends on your income, tax, goals, and situation. This is where learning the basics or talking to a qualified professional can really make a difference. Really, the point is simple. If you want a normal income to turn into serious wealth, you don't just need to think about what to invest in. You need to think about where you're going to invest. The container can make a big difference. Now let's talk about what to invest in. And this is where a lot of people have a lot of different opinions. Every week it feels like there's a new stock, a new coin, a new investing strategy, or just one special asset that you must own before it's too late. This kind of content can be exciting because it feels like it could be a shortcut. But for the vast majority of the time, it's not about one perfect investment. The goal is to own a diversified portfolio that can grow over time without you having to predict the future. Broad, diversified funds are popular for a reason. They give you exposure to many companies instead of betting your future on just a handful. But that doesn't mean that every investment is the same or that risk disappears. Investing always involves risk. Markets fall. Returns are uneven. There might be times that your account balance makes you think if this is even worth it at all. But you need to remember that this is long term. If your plan requires constant guessing, perfect timing, and emotional discipline every time the market moves, it can become incredibly hard to stick with. A simpler plan can help you focus on the two things that actually matter: how much you invest and how consistently you do it. You probably don't need some thrilling investment plan. You just need a durable one. Now, this might be the most important part of the entire video. If you want to retire early on a normal income, raises cannot disappear into lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep is when your income rises, but your expenses rise right alongside it. You make more money, but your savings rate stays flat. Sometimes it even gets worse because the new lifestyle comes with new payments. Better living situation, a better car, more eating out, more subscriptions. How about a boat? And none of these things are automatically bad. The danger is letting every one of those upgrades happen before you decide what that raise is supposed to do. The solution is not to live like you're broke forever. Although that can work, it's not particularly exciting. The better move is to split the raise before you get used to spending it. Maybe half of every raise goes towards investing or paying off debt, and then the other half can go towards your life. That way your life gets better, but your future is still getting stronger. That one habit can completely change your path. A person that starts by investing just $200 a month and increases it whenever they get a raise can end up investing far more than ever feeling like they gave up some giant sacrifice. They grew into the contribution. This is how normal income becomes wealth building income. Not because you never spend, but because you stop automatically expanding your lifestyle every time you get an extra dollar earned. But let's put the whole system together now. A normal income person that's trying to retire a multimillionaire needs a roadmap that can survive real life. First, build enough financial stability that investing can continue through normal expenses. Then, invest a percentage of your income rather than just whatever's left over. Use tax-advantaged account when possible, especially if an employer match is available. Keep the actual investing strategy boring enough to last for decades. Then, increase your contributions as your income rises, before lifestyle creep can get a hand on it. None of this requires pretending life is cheap. Life is expensive. Housing is expensive. Food and insurance are expensive. A lot of people are dealing with debt, family responsibilities, medical costs, and income that just doesn't stretch as far as it needs. So I don't want to make it sound effortless. It isn't. It requires discipline. And for some people, the first step might be increasing their income or reducing their expenses. Moving, changing jobs, or paying off a debt. That still counts as progress. The path to wealth is not always clean. Sometimes it requires getting some breathing room to be able to start. Let's use a simple, realistic example. Imagine someone takes home $4,000 per month. At first, they can only invest $250 a month because they're still building an emergency fund and paying down debt. Over time, their income rises and they increase their investing gradually. They move from $250 per month to $400 per month, then $500, then $600 or more. And if they can average just $600 a month for 40 years at an average return of 8% per year, they can retire a multimillionaire. multimillionaire. And again, that return is not guaranteed, it's just an illustration, not a promise. But the lesson is important. The multi-million-dollar result didn't come from one single paycheck. It came from a normal paycheck being used consistently over time. This is why starting early matters so much. When you have a long time, monthly contributions have decades to compound. But when your time is shorter, you need a way higher savings rate, a later retirement age, or a much higher income. And this isn't meant to discourage you if you're starting later. The best time to start investing was the day you were born, but the next best time is today. The reason many people miss this outcome isn't because they never learned about investing. A lot of people know that they should invest. The harder part is building a life where investing survives. It has to survive lifestyle creep, impatience, and the temptation to cash out for something fun. That's why having a strong system matters way more than just being motivated. Motivation is great for starting, but systems are what keep going after motivation gets bored. And that's why automatic contributions can be such a big help. If you can automate your retirement investing, you never even have to think about it. Each piece like that makes the plan harder to break. And over decades, consistency is the whole game. So yes, retiring a multi-millionaire on a regular income is absolutely possible. It usually just becomes from a very specific type of behavior. You build your foundation first so that your investments can stay invested. You invest a percentage of your income instead of just whatever's left over. You use tax-advantaged accounts when they fit your situation. You keep your investing strategy boring enough to repeat. And when your income rises, you give at least part of it to your future. That's the difference between making money and turning income into assets. A normal paycheck can do a lot when it has decades, discipline, and direction. But without a system, even a bigger paycheck can completely disappear. The most important thing to understand is that building wealth can often look boring. It looks like automatic contributions, driving the same old car for longer, ignoring the hot tip and sticking to the plan, and giving future you money before present you finds a way to spend it. Nobody's excited for that moment now, but decades later, the boring decisions are the ones that can change your life. You don't need to become a genius investor to start building wealth. Build a system, feed it consistently, and let time do what time does. But if you want the order I'd spend my paycheck in before investing seriously, I'd watch the video in the description.